let's go ahead and get things started. It's Saturday. We have a back and shoulder session today. Now, let's see how busy it is at the gym because sometimes it gets a little bit more packed than usual. But just based on past experience, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine and there'll be hardly anyone there. Or let's hope I don't jinx it now. Let's hope I don't jinx it. We're already kind of getting near our 1 month into the cut. And I'm gonna be honest, things are going pretty well. Things are going pretty well. It's not the food noise is there, but it's not too crazy. I've been trying my best to play around with my meals as much as possible. That way I'm not super hungry for the gym. Because I was talking to some of the homies at the gym and I was telling them how sometimes I can't concentrate if my stomach is kind of grumbling and making all these noises and it's hella hungry. So I try to make sure that for sure a lot of my carbs that I am getting in through the day, which is for sure a lot less than before, is a good amount is going to be before the gym. That way we're fueled up as much as we can. And I think that's a safe bet. And that's a good rule of thumb when it comes to cutting or whatever you're doing, is making sure that you're playing around with your carbs because those are the fuel, man. Those are the fuel that's gonna get you through your sessions. So play around with it as much as you can, mostly on a cut. It can be beneficial for you to try to eat as many carbs right before the gym so that way you're fueled up for that day. Because sometimes, if let's say, for example, you show up and you got a lot of your food maybe 3, 4 hours before the gym and then you're there, all you're going to be thinking about is food, man. All you're going to be thinking about is food and not your session. So you want to make sure you're being smart with your macros now. And that's just something that we've learned over time, is to play around with them a little bit more. And for sure now, this cut is a learning experience for us as well, with playing around with the carbs, because we learn something every cycle, man. We learn something every cycle. If it's not something for the gym, it's something for the diet or it's a supplement or whatever it might be. But it's there's something there that we can learn from, I think, as we cycle around. Now, hopefully, hopefully, we don't catch too much traffic at the gym now. There's not too many people. Now, gets a little bit packed, man. It's a little bit packed in our city, so sometimes it gets a little bit harder to move around the freeway, and some things are bumper to bumper, and it for sure adds to our time to get to the gym. And we've been kind of running into a little bit of trouble, man. We've been running into a little bit of trouble sometimes when it comes to try to planning out my session and trying to get there before the class starts. I forget how much time we end up spending trying to get to the gym. So it gets a little bit, it gets a little bit tricky. It gets a little bit tricky. So it's some time that we need to take into account as well. And mostly for you guys as well, if you're, for example, you're taking a little bit longer to get to the gym and you want to take your pre-workout, you also have to play around, man. You have to play around your with the time that you put your pre-workout in, man. Because sometimes if you end up taking it too early, you're gonna be itching everything and it's gonna go through. And then once you get to your top set, you're not gonna have that extra energy from those extra elements that those pre-workouts are made out of, or components like beta alanine, L-citrulline, and all those good stuff. Now, some pre-workouts have creatine in them. I don't usually pick out the ones that have creatine, to be honest, just because you can get it in another source. That's something a little bit more, I want to say, more precise. I would rather take my creatine separately than my pre workout than my pre workout already having some creatine in it, to be honest. Mostly because we also take way more than 10 grams of creatine a day. And you're not going to see me taking 3 scoops of pre workout now. That's going to be a little too crazy. So for folks that are taking a little bit more not pre workout, but creatine, it's probably not advised to take so much pre workout if that's where you're getting your creatine source from. So for sure, get something or a supplement that's beside the pre workout so you can just add it on there. I think that's a pretty good rule of thumb as well. Now, for back and shoulders today, I'm thinking we're going to be doing some pull downs. We did pull ups last time. I think some pull downs are going to do us good today. And mixing it up with our crossbody work, recipe for success. Recipe for success. And you guys already know the deal. We're going to also be doing some rows. I'm thinking we're going to be sticking to those clay loaded rows, those high rows that we like. Those things are fire, man. Those things are fire. Last time we tried that new machine we have at the gym, that was pretty nice. I think it was nice to play around with it again because we can for sure use it in emergency situations when other Mac machines are taken. So try to give them a try as much as you can. Any new machine at your gym or any machine you haven't tried. But we're gonna be doing 2 or maybe 3 sets of high rows. Now for low rows, we're gonna be doing that single arm rows, man, that we like to do. I just think that it feels so much better, and I for sure get a better mind muscle connection when it comes to doing those. And the squeeze, the lower back activation, like no fucking other. Like no other. So we're for sure gonna be always be sticking to those until we end up finding a machine that feels just the same. But we're gonna end it off with I'm thinking some low rows. And then we're gonna be doing some shoulders, man. And for shoulders, we're gonna be doing some overhead press to start off the front delts and then move on to I'm thinking some cable ladder races. Because we got those new attachments, those ankle cuffs, man, doing lateral races with the cable sack and doing rear delts, game changer. Feels so much better, super nice. And if you haven't tried it, try it, man. Try it out. We just put one of the homies on last time, and I was telling them because they were watching one of my Instagram reels where I was telling folks how to work out your different shoulder heads. And he was telling me a little bit about him trying out that rear delt movement. And I told him, oh, try out these ankle cuffs. And he ended up trying them. And he was like, dude, I got the craziest pump right now. And it feels hella nice. I've been telling you guys, man. I've been telling you guys, don't sleep on those. Do not sleep on the cable stack for most things. For shoulders, for biceps, for a bunch of things you can actually do. You just got to really play around with stuff. You'll be surprised how many machines can be used in different purposes than what they're intended to. It just takes one person to be like, let me try this out. Next thing you know, it ends up being a thing that most people like. So never be afraid to try something new. You might be the next person to figure something out that's a lot better for some type of growth for a muscle group, for example. So I would say always be adventurous. I think is a good thing to also abide by. Be as adventurous as you can. I think getting outside the box, not getting outside the box is nice, but also putting yourself outside your comfort zone can go a long way, man. It can teach you a bunch of stuff you never knew you can learn, or you would want to try until you actually go and do them. I think growing up, man, I was super closed off, and it was different times and everything. And for example, it I wasn't getting outside the box. I was kind of just staying in my bubble. But it wasn't until after college where I started to really explore things. I really started to learn a little bit more about myself and just different cultures and everything. And man, I think learning about different cultures, different foods, and everything, it fucking adds to life in such a positive way. It just feels good, man. It's like I'm so used to, let's say, for example, caldo de res, but because I was a little bit more adventurous, I ended up trying pho, Vietnamese pho, and now sometimes I'm craving it. And it just hits the spot in a different way that caldo de res would also hit, but it's a little bit different. If you guys know what I mean. So just try things out, man. Try things out as much as you can. I always like to say at least try things out once. That way you'll at least know if you like it or not. And I kind of give that, I kind of treat everything that way too. Even when it comes to food, I want to try things at least once so I can say whether I like it or not. Now, we're gonna do, I'm thinking 2 sets for front delts, 3 sets of lateral raises. I'm thinking 3 sets of rear delts. That's usually how we like to structure our shoulder workouts. And we just take everything to failure, man. We just take everything to failure. Because of the way we set it up, we get enough stimulus to induce some growth, but also give ourselves enough time to recover for next time. So really play around with your recovery times as well, because you want to make sure you're hitting your muscle groups at least twice a week. I found that that's the best for myself and for a lot of people as well. Anyways, it doesn't seem like we're finding too much crazy traffic. It's not bumper to bumper, which is nice. We have our pre-workout in our Gatorade Zero bottle here. I'll see you guys at the gym. Cross your fingers. That is not a pack one. I think we're also going to be stopping by Costco after the gym now that I'm looking at it because we were supposed to go yesterday. I got a little bit lazy. I did end up pumping up like 10 bucks just to kind of get me through to yesterday and today. And so I'm just going to pump gas today at Costco just so I can be ready for the week. I need to stop being lazy. Don't be lazy like me. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the gym. Let's go ahead and get things started now. We just got in. It's a little bit busier than I expected, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna warm up a little bit and we're gonna do this cool down station here. Now we might stick to this general area just because it's a little bit busier. And then once we head over to some rows, I think that's when we'll move around. Now it's time for our top set. Hopefully the sun kind of goes away from this section because I was just noticing when I was looking back at the footage, I look hella bright. But I think that's fine. I think I'll go in just a bit because the sun does go down a bit faster now. We set up 160. We took out the mighty purple belt. Let's go fucking hard. Okay. I'm gonna hit myself now. But I felt a lot harder than I thought, which I think is fine. It's not ideal, but I think it's fine. Let's drop it by a pin and let's do 143. I think that'll be good. Okay. I'll see you guys for the second one. I think we're gonna micro adjust the stack. And you know what's the funniest thing? I wonder if it felt so fucking heavy. I didn't end up bringing the weight down. We ended up doing 160 again. So it ended up being a posit instead. I guess in my mind, I was just thinking about it, but I ended up doing it. It's okay. Hey, brother, how's it going? We found the 10. Let's micro adjust. We're gonna do 153 for this one. We're gonna do 153. Let's hope for the best here. Oh my God. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I think we can pause at that for maybe 10, 15 seconds and hopefully hit it for 3 more. That's what I hope. It's what I hope. Whether we're going to get that or no, but we're going to try. Okay. That was good. Let's set up for our last one. I think we're going to do 148 for that one. Take off the 10, replace it with a 5. And I think that'll be good. I'm going to take a 2-3 minute breather. It is time for our last one here, man. I think this next one's going to go pretty well just based on those last 2 went. I'll see you guys once we set it up. I need to, I assume they replace a 10 with a 5 so that way we can do 148 instead of the 153. So I'll see you guys once we set that up. But after this, we're going to switch over and do our single arm work.
I don't know why I just feel something hot in my fucking shoulder.
Okay. I think we can pause at that and hit it for maybe 2 to 3 more after a quick breather. Okay, that's enough. Let's do it. Maybe I'll grab it a little bit wider for these, because why not? Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys for some cross body work. Let's go ahead and do our cross body work now. I was gonna originally do the other side, but I kind of saw this space open over here and I said, why not just fucking grab it? We haven't really done our cross body work here. I figure why not? Now, I think we're gonna start off with either 65 kg or 70 kg. We'll have to see. Let me check. I think 65 should be good. We're gonna be starting off with our left hand. It's only right. Five, six, eight, nine. Oh man, that wasn't too bad. Let's get, I think it was 12 or 13 on the right hand. See how that goes. Fuck. Okay, that's it. One more just like that. Let's do our second set. We're gonna stick to the same way, which is 65. Let's get hopefully anywhere from 8 to 10, and I'll be pretty happy. Oh, hey, bro. See you. Oh. Wasn't bad. Let's get 11 on right now. And then we're going to move over to some rows. That wasn't too bad. Let's go do some rows now. We're done with this one. It is time. We'll do some lower back work. Now, I was kind of already in this section. I figured, why not fucking just pump them out here, to be honest with you guys. So I think we're going to start off with these because the one we're originally going to use was taken. So we're going to do this one for some lower back work. Let's run off with our left hand and see how that goes. We have 70 kg on the stack. Let's hope for the best. Now, what I actually just noticed about the station that I actually really like is for this in particular, you can switch the fucking angles, man. I can do it this way, so when I work on my left hand, it'll be a little bit better for that setup. And if I want it for my left, my left, and if I want it to my right, stand correctly here. I'm a little bit of a dumbass sometimes, but that's what I like. When you can move around things and they just work way better. Okay. Wish me luck here. Let's get 6 on the right hand. Now I think we're gonna do a little bit of a pause in between this. We're gonna drop to that actually. Let's hit for a few more on our right and our left. Now we dropped the pin, I think, to 60. Let's get a few more. Oh, almost forgot. I'm gonna do one more just like that. Let's go ahead and let's do our last one of these now. Instead of 70 kg, we have 65 kg. And let's start out with our left hand. After this, we're gonna move over to some high rows and hope for the best. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's try to replicate that now. Okay, we gotta hit a few more. Not a few more, a couple more. I probably should have given myself a little bit of a breather in between. Because sometimes what happens if you go too hard on one hand, once you get to the other one, it's a little bit tricky. You lose some of that stamina, but let's hit it for hopefully two more now. I think we should be good now. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to do one more. I kind of want to do one more, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and let's do our third one. Now, we dropped the pin by one, and we have 60 kg plus a 5 on here. Let's hope for the best. Let's get on our ride. Let's go do some high rolls now. We're done here. Let's go ahead and let's do our up rows for 2 sets now. Yeah, 245s and a 50 on each side. I'm not exactly sure how many we're gonna get, but we're gonna try our best here. Instead of grabbing the inner handles, we're gonna be grabbing the outer ones. I kind of want to do it one hand at a time, to be completely honest with you guys. I think we're gonna try one hand at a time for the first set, and then for the second one, we'll do both hands at the same time. I think that's a good middle ground. Let's start with our lifting. Let's do the same thing on the right. Wow. Make a quick breather though. Okay. And I think what we're gonna do is take off the 5 and maybe pump some out at the end with both at the same time. Come on. Let's take off the 10s and keep the 5s and hit it for a few more. Let's hit for hopefully 2 to 3 more, I hope. There we go. That's it. One more just like that. I think we're gonna take out the 5 and just do 245s, man. Last one for back. And then we move over to our front belt work. Now, we took out the 15. We're just gonna be doing 245s. Let's try to get anywhere from 8 to 10, and I'll be pretty happy. Getting my ass kicked now. No worries. No worries. I think what we're gonna do is do a quick one sitting down. We already have the seat all the way down, so I'm gonna grab it from the top here. And let's just do a few here in our back. So target the upper back a little bit, maybe middle back. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Oh, that's nice. Good finisher here. That's it. We played around a little bit with that inner handle. Nothing too crazy. Let's go do some front delt work. We're done with back. Let's go ahead and let's do some front delt work now. We're gonna sit here for 2 sets. I want to focus on doing them with each individual shoulder. So doing it one hand at a time, just so I can show love individually instead of doing both hands at the same time. I think that's just a smarter thing to do. It helps get rid of some of those muscle imbalances, which is what I'm looking for now. I think we're gonna take 100 for a ride here. Start out with our left hand and hope for the best. Now I'm not gonna put this one on the right now because we're not gonna really be using this one. And I don't want it to be losing circulation while I'm really only using the left here. Probably not smart. All right, let's do it. We got 9. I'm fucking happy with that. Let's get 9 on it right now. I'm gonna take a quick breather though, or else you might not get the same amount of reps. All right, let's get 9, which I don't think should be an issue. Ooh. 3, 4, 5, 6. That was good. Let's do 95 for the second and last one. I'll see you guys for some side delts, man. We just made it to the other side of the gym. It died down pretty good amount. There's hardly anyone here, which is nice. I can really hear my voice echoing through this thing. But we're gonna do our lateral races now with the cable sack. Like I've been telling you guys, man. If you guys aren't using the cable sack when it comes to your lateral raises, you're fucking missing out. And who likes to miss out? So we're gonna do this one for 3 sets. I'll just be showing you guys the first one. Let's hope for the best. All right, let's hope for the best. I think we're gonna have to micro test it. There's a 40 plus a 10. There it goes. All right. Just like that, we micro adjust. Let's do 50 instead of 55. It's a little bit too heavy for my liking. Right drops it. Okay. Now we replicate that on our right. All right, sit for 5 to 6. I'm gonna drop the 10 and hit it for a few more. Yeah. Man. Oh man. That was good. I'm gonna do 2 more. I'll see you guys for some rear delts up next. Time for our cross body work. Now, we're gonna try out 55 and hope for the best. If that feels too heavy, then we'll go down. We'll have to change it up a bit, but I think we can do maybe at least a solid 6. So I hope. We'll have to see. If anything, we'll maybe micro adjust this bad boy. This was actually nice. That wasn't too bad. We got 6 for 55 and an extra 3 with the 40. I think we can replicate that with our right hand. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay. 2 more just like that. And I'll see you guys for the post on up next. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the post down in. We just finished rear delts. We're going to do a little bit of abs after this, but I want to get the pose down in so that way I can put all my stuff away, all my equipment, and I can just worry about just hitting a little bit of cardio and finishing up abs. That's usually what I end up doing, man. If I can save a muscle group towards the end where I don't have to record it, it's even better. I sometimes leave it towards the end after the pose down, which ends up working out a little bit better. Now, we came in, it was fucking packed. It was way more packed than I thought, but thankfully, not a lot of people were doing back. So we moved around pretty freely, and we also got to try out different cable stacks. I ended up finding out that the cable stack by the Smith machines are actually quite nice because you can move around with the angles, do all sorts of stuff. And I think when it comes to our lower back work, they're gonna be perfect, man. But I think we're gonna just be saving those for the weekend because during the week, those classes happen, it gets hella packed, and you can't really move around pretty freely. It's usually the weekends where I get to really move around the gym more freely and I get to test around a few more things just because, there's hardly anyone here. I can put the camera anywhere. I really test out the angles and so forth. So if you're having a little bit of trouble when it comes to recording or whatever, sometimes go on the weekends and I feel like you'll find a little bit extra time or a little bit more space, a lot less crowded too. And it also depends on where you go because I know some cities are a lot more packed, some gyms are a lot more packed than others. So you guys would know which gym would be a little bit better during the weekends. Anyways, we have around 900 calories to play with. We're going to do some chicken and sweet potatoes when we get home. Now, it's not going to be plain chicken because I'm not into barely adding any seasoning into my food. I actually like to enjoy my meals. So we're going to do some type of al pastor chicken with some sweet potatoes and I think some oikos to finish off for today, which is not too bad. I'm looking forward to it. I'm already hungry. It's getting towards the end of the workout and for sure I'm feeling that hunger kicking in now. Now, what time is it? It's 6:35. I'm going to see once I get to the car whether we can even make it to Costco. But if we can't, then we'll just go on the next day or maybe on Monday. We'll have to see. Anyways, let's see what kind of damage we did today.
These are looking fucking nice, man. For sure. Practicing that last spread and everything has been working wonders. Because now I can just pop out that move whenever I want. Because I feel a little bit more fluid doing it, which is nice. So don't be sleeping on your fucking pose down sessions, man. They can for sure break it or make it when it comes to showing off a good physique. And you want to spend hella time here at the gym and then you don't know how to pose down and it just looks whack. All right, let's keep going. Nice. Things are looking good. And things only get freakier from here, man. We're not even a month in yet. Nice. Now the camera's kind of dying, so we need to hurry up here. Nice. One more look at the front, and then we'll take a look at a few of the sides. Now, I might change the battery in a sec because my camera is dying, so maybe let's get one more front double by, one more front lat spread, and then I'll change the battery. And I'll see you guys so we can finish off this pose down. Hold on. Nice. All right, I'm gonna change the battery real quick so we can finish this off because it's gonna die on us. See you guys in a sec. Okay, we're back now. We had to change up the battery because the camera was dying on us, but since our battery's here, man, I want to get one more front double by and one more last break because when the hell do we have this much space here where no one's here in this section? So let's take advantage of it. Nice. All right. Now let's take a look at the sides here. Nice. All right. Let's look at this right side now. Nice. Actually, let's hit this one real quick. Okay. Let's take a look at the back now. Oh my God. I'm sweating like crazy. I am sweating like crazy. Let's try that a couple of times because sometimes it takes a little bit longer than I expect to get a nice even front double by or back double by when I'm not looking. We're going to try that one more time. That one felt a little bit wonky. All right, one more time. That's it. That is it for us, man. I'm going to head on out of here. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to your weekend. Or not weekend. I'm sorry. It's a weekend for me. Weekday for you guys, but hopefully you guys are having a good start to your weekday or Monday and a good rest of your week. I'll see you guys in the next video for some quads, for some biceps, and some forearms. Remember, stay consistent, man. Don't let me hear you guys skipping your cardio now, or else I'm gonna have to make you guys do an extra 30 minutes each in each session now. Just kidding. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.